It's over 2 years now since coronavirus completely changed the world we live in today, devastated many lives. It also made businesses change rapidly. All of a sudden, the workforce was working from home and everything became virtual. Companies like Zoom, well, we'd never heard of them, had we? And all of a sudden they became household names because every meeting was hosted on a virtual platform, and that's how we learn to communicate. Events and conferences, which for years had been held in big conference venues, where delegates had flied in from all around the world, became virtual. And even though the world is slowly getting back to normal now, virtual events are here to stay, because I think companies have realised that they used to spend and possibly waste a lot of money when they could achieve the same objectives by hosting those events virtually. I hosted hundreds of virtual events, fun events, quizzes, game shows, and company conferences. Now, the company I'm looking at today have got an amazing platform for virtual and hybrid events. And these platforms do everything from the marketing and the promotion of the event to the sign up of delegates to the actual virtual event, where companies can have their own booths, where you can host auditorium sessions, where people can do Q&A, just about everything. We're going to look in a minute. The company's called Engage. If you like the look of what you see, have a look at the description of this video and you will see a link. And if you click on that link and tell them that Phil sent you, that I sent you, they will give you a great demo. They will show you exactly what Engage can do for your company, and they'll do you a good deal. Make sure you tell them that Phil sent you. Right, without further ado, we're going to jump in and have a look at Engage. Okay, I think I'll show you Engage by showing you some of the events they have hosted. This is the 2D view, and you can see this is really clearly laid out. You've got the overview of the event, the description, the agenda, what's happening, the speakers, and as you scroll through the page, there is your timetable, what's happening. There are the speakers, there are the booths, which you can sell to clients, and the sponsors of the event. Really nice, clean layout. And the main thing about Engage is you can customize the entire setup for your business. That's the form that a delegate would fill in if they're going to come to the event, and that's how they would pay and register. And you can see you've also got a 3D look there with all of the events and everything that's happening across the top. There's another view now. Really nice designs and completely white labelable. You can host it on your website as well. So no one will ever know you brought in a company. They will think that your team has set up the impressive platform for the event. And we can show you some of the things very quickly there. You've got your program, what's happening at the event, your social wall, which will be your Twitter feed and other things, a media wall with photos and e-posters, all of those serious and fun things so that your event looks professional. People can network, interact, have meetings. We'll get to that in a minute. You can have video meetings with people. You can have auditorium views and lectures and sessions, all sorts coming on. So here's one of the sessions. This is the welcome session for your event, and people can join the session. During the session, they can take part in polls and Q&A sessions. They can have a live chat. You can, of course, live stream it. We'll get to that. And the speakers on the event, you can message them directly. You can see their calendar. You can match with people. It really is a versatile platform. You can find your best matches. It will also show you a social media wall of everything that is happening at the event. Your companies can be there. There's some of the booths. Of course, they will pay to be at your events. And there's a booth, all of these fully customizable. You can choose the look. It can be playing a video. You can get PDF files. You can speak to real people. Okay, so let's show you another interactive lobby. You can see that they could play that video at the top of the screen. They will get live announcements of the events or meetings they are meant to be attending. For example, you're having a backstage meeting with Clara, and you can click join, and then you go into the meeting with Clara and you can chat across the right. You could even do video or phone calls. There is live agenda and calendar functionality. So there's a live agenda, and with each event on the event agenda, you can see the speakers at that particular event. Possibly book a meeting with those speakers, find out all about them. And it'll show certain slots, what's available and what is sold out. Now, within the live auditorium, and here are the different sessions. You can see there's one on body language there. Your delegates can scroll through and find the session they want to attend, and when they click Join Session, you can see that these sessions can be set up with sponsors, and it's important to point out that these can be completely branded. If you speak to the team, they will show you how they can brand this, lay out this setup to completely fit and match your business. The event can also have, as we say, booths, and companies can actually pay to be at these booths. They can download product manuals, they can speak to members of the team, watch interactive videos, and you can see down there the chat, the poll, the Q&A, and the video chat. That will happen in the auditoriums and also in the booths. And once again, have those meetings. You can lock the room so nobody else can come into the room, and people can communicate, chat, do business, exchange the old important business cards. Also, moderation is important. So some of the sponsors are there. You can see different companies, and anybody can go into the room, and a bit of a Zoom look there, but you can have a video chat with these people. Again, exchange the video cards, exchange details, and either have a public chat where you can talk to everybody, or if you want to speak to one person individually during the meeting, you can go on to the private chat. Now we get to the fun bit. So you can see down the left there, there's the event wall with the Twitter posts that'll appear up there, and also the photo booth where people can click and capture a pic and share photos, information about the event on social media. All the attendees and all the details will show on the attendees screen, and people will be able to message them, contact them, and they can choose whether they have their details. It's very impressive, isn't it? So let's just run through Event Engage's main features. Firstly, that event of yours needs to be visible. You want everybody, all possible delegates, people who might be paying or coming for free, to find out about the event. So with Event Engage, you can create full SEO optimized landing pages to gather, collect information. You can also add your tracking pixels to find out how everything is doing, drag and drop email builders to create personal messages, and you can sync it with all of your favorite CRM software so that you can market the events using your existing tools. Now, branding shouldn't be a tough job. With Event Engage, branding is easy. You can host the event on your own domain, so people think that you've set this up all yourself, and take that design scheme with your CSS so that it's branded with your colours and your design, so it looks exactly like your own event. You can change those labels and navigation. We showed that, different variations, and all of those exhibits who come to your event, they can upload their own custom artwork. The registration, we did touch on that earlier. The forms, logic-based forms, accommodate multiple languages, which is important, and different ticket types, and of course integrate payments and add discount coupons for the event. Now we get to accessibility. Very important that some people might be attending the virtual event on their mobile phone. Some people might be attending it on their laptop. So the events are accessible on any screen size. Worldwide events, you can reach audiences behind the firewalls. So important to note, if you've got clients, it'll work in China and it's compliant with the WCAG and the ADA. Also auto-optimized, which means that if you've got a high load at any one time and a lot of people suddenly attend the event, it's not going to crash. It uses low bandwidth, and yes, everybody will be able to see, because streaming. Zoom was very good at this, and Event Engage as well. If the event gets busy, people are not going to see a drop-off in the user performance. The customization of the event, again, what we're talking about here is making it look unique for you. So you can choose which modules you will have at your virtual events. Choose if you want it to be 2D or 3D or anything between. You might have one 3D booth and a 2D welcoming lobby. It's really up to you. How do you set it up so you can work with the team and make it an event that is absolutely perfect for you? Here's something that's very important, the roles. So the event organizer, they have an admin dashboard so that they are in control of everything. Speakers have their own dashboard so that they can be in charge of the interfaces and the controls. Moderators who are making sure, I guess, there's no underhand dealing or anyone's saying something they shouldn't. They've got their interface and controls that can keep an eye and talk to everybody. And the people on the booths, they will be able to control their own booths. So if you had an external company, they will get their own controls, and they can be monitoring and controlling everything in their own booths. Self-serve modules for speakers, for exhibitors, and for the back end as well. And now networking, because that's what it's about, isn't it? Networking. People are able to interact. One-to-one video meetings can be arranged during the event. You can have a bit more fun with auto shuffle video networking, where you meet random people. Moderated video lounges, where people can chat, but you can keep an eye on the meetings. And also attendee matchmaking. Again, that's sort of similar, and moved on to moderation, moderated chat, moderated polls, moderated Q&A, and moderated posts and comments. Your event needs to be live, so if it was a real event with virtual attendees as well, you can stream from on-site stages with custom RTMP. Also stream from webcams with built-in streamer, and you can speakers backstage can be there with moderated controls, and it's also fully integratable. Is that the right? It integrates fully with Zoom. So now we go on to gamification and more the fun side, because events have to have a little bit of a fun aspect, don't they? You can have a leaderboard for whatever you want. The organizer can decide what is going to be the leaderboard, the person who attends the most meetings, the person who makes the most comments, etc. Word cloud is fun. What words are being used most in the chat at events? And of course the photo booth, where people take those cheesy photos and they're displayed. We showed you the Twitter integration as well, where there's a wall with all of the media. On-screen game add-ons. Let's have a bit of fun, some team building games. They can be added onto it. Also the personalization. Again, we've touched on this before, but you want to drive engagement and loyalty. So personalization in the email templates, language or ticket-based personalized event journeys. Also integrations. So you integrate with just about everything here: HubSpot, Salesforce, Marketo, and more. It syncs with platforms like Cvent and GVMe. And the analytics here, you can find out how the event is doing, real-time exportable analytics. You can connect it to your Google Analytics or third-party ones. Now let's get to finally white labeling. I think we're nearly there now. I know this is going to be one of my longer videos, but it is a big platform that does a lot. White labeling, you can have it on your own event, on your own domain, event emails from your domain, so that, again, it's not looking like they're coming from a third party. It's all fully secured, GDPR and PDPA compliant, so have a look there. It should comply with your events. And again, hybrid events can be very beneficial these days. So an event where there is actually attendees coming to the event physically, but there will be some virtual attendees as well. And you can segregate the registration and checking for virtual and in-person attendees, and have real stage events that also, so basically things that are happening on the real stage can be updated on the virtual events. So I think pretty comprehensive video for a pretty comprehensive, well, really comprehensive package for hosting events, an amazing platform called Event Engage. So virtual events are definitely here to stay, even though the world is slowly getting back to normal. Have you got a company, and you don't have to be a massive company, that are thinking about a virtual event? Definitely go to that link in the description of this company, book a demo, have a chat with the people at Event Engage, say that it's Phil who sent you. You saw his video on Phil Reviews Software. They will do you a great deal and do you a full demo of what it can do for your company. Hopefully, I will see you again really soon with either another video or maybe at a virtual event somewhere online. Take care, thanks for subscribing to the channel, and look out for another video coming really soon.